Hello everyone, my name is Xindan Zhang. Today I will show you a small presentation. Image that your first week at a company, you are asked to make a decision that could impact millions of users, and no one checks your work before you hit send. What kind of company operates like that? For Mia, that company was Netflix, and her experience reveals how Netflix freedom, responsibility, and a mix of controls to stay fast, focused, and creative without falling into chaos. When Mia joined Netflix at 22, she expected a traditional start, HR forms, onboarding menus, and a manager who double-checks every field. Instead, her manager handed her a laptop, pointed at the dashboard, and said, "Find out why 70% of new shows are abandoned in the first 2 minutes." No steps, no checklist, no send me your draft before you share it. This wasn't a gap, it was Netflix's belief system at work. The idea that we hire adults, not children, who need supervision, and it was also organic control, relying on talent and judgment, not tight rules, to drive outcomes. 1 week into the job, and she had already changed the global interface. Now, I have a question. If you knew the employee found a flaw in the global product, would you trust them enough to change it? Most companies wouldn't. Netflix hires people exactly so they can. A few months later, Mia walked into a meeting expecting a long debate. The topic, a multi-million-dollar personalization engine. She expected 20 people. She found 5. She expected 30 slides. She saw 1 sentence written on the whiteboard. Should we kill the project? There were no layered approvals, no delays. The engineers closest to the problem explained the facts, not the performance, not politics, just the context. No one defended sunk cost. No one said, "We need another meeting." That was Netflix's interactive control system in action, making decisions through real-time conversation. After 9 minutes, the team agreed to cancel the project, saving $14.2 million, and every one engineer was reassigned to high-impact work that the same afternoon. Now I have another question. If someone in your team made a huge mistake, would they hide it or share it? People hide mistakes when punishment occurs. They share them when learning adds value. When people talk about Netflix today, they picture the global Gantt, the shows, the billions, the awards, but I want to take you back to a night before any of that existed. It was 11:47 p.m. in the old Louis Gatto's office, and a small team was still there. They had been struck for days. The algorithm kept recommending children's cartoons to idols. Nothing worked. A junior engineer named Mia stood up, wiped the whiteboard clean, and said, "Forget the plan, let's start over." She wasn't the team lead, she wasn't the most senior person, but nobody questioned her, because everyone in that room respected her mind. Over the next 6 hours, they rebuilt the algorithm piece by piece. At sunrise, this finally returned a clean result. The team didn't cheer. They knew that something had shifted, not just in the algorithm, but in the team. And that was the moment Netflix realized something profound. It wasn't the algorithm that saved the company. It was the density of talent in the room. People who didn't wait for the instruction, people who didn't fill blank whiteboard, people who could turn a crisis into the breakthrough at 2 a.m. That was the first true MCS practice at Netflix. Choose great people over great process because great people create the process. And once Netflix understood this, everything else, freedom, responsibility, judgment, grew from this single night. Now let's look at a video.
It was after we did this 1/3 layoff, it was 120 people to 80. We had expected to basically grind to a halt and really not be able to make any improvements because it would take 80 people just to keep the lights on. But in fact, we got more done with only 80 people. And we tried to figure out why, and we realized now there was no dummy proofing necessary. And so it was just everybody was going fast and everything was right. And so we realized with the right density of talent, there's very little process needed. And that was the joyful thing. But talent density matters so much. So then we figured, no, let's not do a layoff every year like that. Let's just do continued focus. And the big evolution we came to is for managers, they have to each year testify for each of their people that if that person were trying to quit, they would try to change their mind. And so it's up to the manager to decide, yes, I would want to change their mind, but sometimes you find that you have people working for you, and if they quit, you'd be like, oh, that's pretty good. And that's the case we wanted to proactively, not wait for them to quit.
Continue strengthening the mix of freedom context because Netflix wins the enabling fast, informed decision from the people closest to the work. If the next board decision could become Netflix's next breakthrough, are we ready to let people make it?